I mean, it's hard to see from here. I just think we'll put us in context where we are. So that's east. Brown Willie's that way. But there's this whole like Gucci settlement here. So I'll walk through. So there's some kind of entranceway. Obviously you don't know what was covered and what wasn't. But this is like an entranceway. It seems to go into some kind of... There's a little house here. Here's the two entrance stones. There's the back wall. So obviously in some little building. If I just magically go through the wall here, there's a beautiful little hut circle. Oh my god, look at that. Here's the entranceway into someone's house. Excuse me. How's it going? Hope it's going well. How's Marjorie? Come out of their house, come around this way. Gonna go knock on their up some little track here, covered with wicker fences probably. Someone else's little house. Oh my word, look at this. Look at this one. Knock knock. Hi, is Trev home? Yeah. Tell him his cows have escaped. Come out of Trevor's house. All the way up here. Oh, there's another one over here, look. What's going on here? Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Oh my word, look how beautiful this is. Not sure where the entrance is. Looks like it's over there. I'm also not sure why there's this dividing bit. That was the same on the other one. Maybe there's two rooms. Then coming over here, this looks like some kind of open enclosure. And on it goes all the way up there. And here it's been for what? Early Bronze Age? 5,000 years? Late Neolithic probably? Just sat there. I just can't get over what good shape this one's in. These walls are all still intact. Just needs a few sticks and a roof, would be good as new. Beautiful forest block. So apparently through here are two stone circles that are quite close to each other. And I'm hoping I can get there before it gets too late. A bit of a bog. Here we go. Wow. Into the woods. What a place. So this looks like the first one. And there's another one I think over that way. But this is interesting. Not the most spectacular one I've been to, but there's still some uprights. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Comes over this way. Oh, there's some centre stones. Whether they were centres, there were edge stones dragged to the middle, or they are centre stones. There's this one. Let's have a look at that one. Ooh, people. Ugh. Yeah, there's obviously missing a couple on this side. It's just still a lovely relic still here. And apparently 0.6 of a K this way, we have a structure that on the map is called King Arthur's Hall. So it's probably some kind of Neolithic enclosure that maybe would have been a large structure. Let's go and have a look. It's called King Arthur's Hall, which is, I find, slightly irritating because, of course, King Arthur's some medieval figure, and I think this is all probably a lot older than that. But here is, there's a gate to get in and a bit of cool baby twine. Wow. Now this is something else. We've got an embankment with these stones all around the inside. Now, I mean, this can't have been covered, can it? Probably not. But who knows? This is definitely not just your average enclosure, I wouldn't have thought. But why on earth put all these stones around the inside? Some kind of gathering place, maybe? Some sort of community hub, spiritual centre. Surely that's the stone circles. Oh man, so many cool questions. There's the stone circle near the path, and according to the map, the other one is over there. Can't actually see it either, which doesn't help. Look at this. This is tucked in the middle of nowhere. And they're all upright. This is insane. Kind of crazy that some farmer back in the day built a wall down the middle of a ceremonial site, but look at this. Wow. Using my usual clockwise circumnavigation. But either these have never fallen over, obviously, or been put upright again. But these are in amazing shape. It's crazy. This is like priceless archaeology. What other country allows a 5,000-year-old temple to be trampled on by livestock? It's an abomination, to be honest with you. It looks like they put one of the megaliths into their wall. Oh man, it's like akin to blowing up the Bodmin Buddhas. What beauty, what an absolute beauty. So glad I took the time to find this. But that distance forest block over there, on the other side of that, is where my car is. And it's going to be dark in 20 minutes. So I just got waylaid again. There's another settlement. I just poking my nose around despite the fading light. Here's another one of those hut circles. There it is, and again it's got this middle bit across the front. So it was obviously a thing they did, and I can only assume it's because there's two rooms, or it was like a fireplace or something. But this one's cool. Look, this one has like these monoliths here. So I think this was like a spiral entry. So it looks like the entranceway. You come around here. Around here, these ones are fallen over, and the only way in is through this concealed front door, which is a really good idea because southwesterly it's that way. So the howling prevailing winds would have come from there. But that would have, if they had built that up with wicker, this would have been a beautiful little secluded entrance, a real place of peace, I should imagine, especially with everyone else with their own kind of organic, unique house designs. And what I really love is that if you look up there, for example, is you've got these massive, great big granite slabs, which almost certainly part of the landscape, and they've just there's one over there as well. Or is it there? And they've just incorporated them into their walls and structures. They've just looked at what they've got and made the best of it. Must have been a really beautiful place to live, really, that organic, non-angular kind of world is what I think a lot of us secretly crave, but sadly the modern world doesn't give us. Just making my way across the moor in this fading light. It's insane. You can see that, this insane stone. What is that? It's like just in the middle of nowhere, like a great big whale. It just blows my mind. I wasn't put there by a person. It's a shame it's a bit dark, you can't really see it, but It does look rather like a massive marine mammal, almost like it was spat out by a volcano, which of course it wasn't. It was eroded like that, but it's just bizarre. So I'm trying to avoid using sat-nav on this trip. I just found this track with some 4x4 tyre marks, which means it must have come from the road, which is over there. There's Jamaica Inn. So I'm estimating I need to go sort of that way. But I reckon this is my best option. Just got back to the car. So I've been out for about 5 hours, but it feels about a week. I don't know this place. It's the closest we've got to wilderness in the southwest of the UK, the moorland down here, and it's it's full of like remnants of our ancestors. It's a cool place to be. It's hard to describe what it feels like to be in their world. It's not like you're not just stepping back in time. There's no words for that feeling, and the only way to kind of know it is to get out there and see it yourself. But it's a very special place to be. So we're very lucky to have it because it's just there, ready for discovery. But I'm under no illusion as to what life was like for those people. It's brutal. Childbirth was brutal. Lack of proper medical care was brutal. But life's pretty brutal today. In other ways, try being a soldier in Ukraine or a kid living in the back streets of London, probably just as violent and just as unpleasant in times. But there I just think you lived in a time where the vertical hierarchies weren't as ridiculously big as they are now. I think when times were bad, they were pretty horrendous, but I think when times were good in those days, you've got a real sense of self. You've got a belief system that anchors you within the world. I think you probably wouldn't be second guessing yourself all the time, and you can tell that when you step into the stone circles. The whole point of those places is that they anchor the individual or the community within the cosmos. They're like focal compasses that link you to the sky and the land. Whereas if you go into a church, I'm not anti-Christian by any means, and I enjoy Christianity aspects of it, but if you go into a church, there's nothing in there that anchors you to your environment. The deity is unseen when you go into a Christian church, and that you access it via the priesthood, which of course is a means of social control. So that's why these places are so special, because they hint to another kind of metaphysical realm, another way of being that was our ancestors lived, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm a bit sad to step back into the real world. I found after a couple of hours, all of your anxieties evaporate, all of your niggling worries just disappear, and you become just a lot more at ease with everything. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the ultimate cure for anxiety and depression, I should say. Should prescribe it. Don't think they ever will.